Hello and welcome back to yet another class of computer education. Last week, we were introduced to the topic of MS Word, and I'm sure you must be excited to learn more about the other features of this document. So let us dive right into it in today's class. So, what are the learning outcomes of today's lesson? At the end of today's lesson, you will be able to know more about the changes that can be made to the font in a Word document. Apply these to your own typed text. Frame and type your own biodata and also type a few lines about our neighboring state Bihar in an MS Word document. Let me begin from my desktop. As you remember, there are different ways to open a Word document. Today, I will use the right click. When we do the right click on our mouse, a series of options appears in front of us. We then have to go to New, which brings us to another series of options. And here we click on Microsoft Word document. You can see a file appears in front of us and we can rename it immediately. So here I am renaming my file as myself. Can you tell me, children, how many times do I click to open this file? Yes, I have to use a double click and my file opens up. Now, you must be remembering from the previous lesson about the different features that we learnt. These include the font, the size of the font, and how we can make it bigger and smaller and change the case. So, let me begin by adjusting these at the start of the class as I choose the font and size appropriate for our lesson and begin typing. I start with typing name followed by class, section, roll number and school. Where do we see these options, children? Yes, in your book or copy labels. So, whose name do you think I should write? I have been using girls' names too often. So let me write a boy's name today. What about Shaurya Daga? And let us say Shaurya studies in class 4 and his section is Asters. Now, children, can you tell me while typing how did I change from small letters to capital letters? Yes, I use the shift key when I am typing the name and I use caps lock when I am typing the section. In this way, you too can use your discretion while typing. Now, let us suppose his roll number is 12 and he studies in our school. So for the school as well, I type with the capital L followed by all the letters in small. So I'm using shift. And same goes for Singhania and Academy. Now, moving on to the agenda of today's lesson. Which features should we learn about today? We are going to learn about the different effects that we can use on the typed word. I will begin with explaining click and drag. You can see my cursor is before the letter N and I have to click on the cursor and drag it till the end of the word that I want. And you can see the word gets highlighted. To this highlighted word, I can apply an effect. Example, bold. You can see the letter here becomes a little darker. You cannot really make out too much of a difference but it does make a difference in some other font. And I'm going to use it for all the categories given here: name, class, section, roll number, and school. I use the same method of clicking and dragging and then applying bold. What is the next feature? You can see there's a slanted I just beside B. B for bold and I is for italics. So the letters that we choose italics for become slanted. Here you can see I have selected the name and made it into italics. And I can also choose underline. Now we must remember to keep uniformity while typing. So in case I'm using bold for the heading, I should use it throughout. And same goes for any other effect that I'm adding. Now, something else we can try is coloring or adding color to our letters. How do we do that? We can change the color of our font using this drop-down box. And choosing a color, suppose blue, helps me to change the color of the letters. And I can apply the same to all the headings. Now coming to my reply, I can choose another color for each of the replies or for all of them. I am choosing orange. Do you think you can try the same? Use bold, italics and underline while typing, and also try changing the color of the words that you are typing. Remember to use the mouse carefully while clicking and dragging. And I'm sure we will have lots more to learn in our future classes. Now that you have seen me type, would you like to try an activity of your own? You can try framing a personal biodata of yours on MS Word. What should these include? These should include your personal details, your name, age, place of stay. You can also include school, class, and other details about yourself. Use the different keys of the keyboard while typing. Remember to switch from capital to small in case of proper noun and move to a new line for a separate entry. Do you think you can do that? I'm sure you can. So all the best with it. Adding to that, would you like to try another activity? Type a few lines about the neighboring state of Bihar. You have previously learnt about the state of Odisha, and in EVS class this week you will learn more about the state which lies to the west of West Bengal, that is Bihar. Thank you children and have a nice day.